Good morning, one and all. My name is Pramila and I am from Sri Chaitanya Asil Mentor 3 CBSE campus. Today I would like to discuss the 10th class topic, arithmetic progression. This is an overview of the topic. And let us go to the introduction. We should know about some terms called sequence and series before knowing what is a progression. So let us see what is a sequence. A sequence is a collection of finite or infinite list of numbers following certain pattern. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on, or 2, 5, 8, 11, so on. These are few examples of a sequence. Now let us see what is a series. A series is sum of elements in a corresponding sequence, and each element in that particular series is called as a term. For example, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus so on is a series. 2 plus 5 plus 8 plus 11 plus so on is also a series. Okay, now let us know what is a progression. A progression is a sequence in which its general term can be written using a mathematical formula. Now we have three types of progressions: arithmetic progression, geometric progression, and harmonic progression. An arithmetic progression is a progression where any two consecutive terms the difference between the two consecutive terms is same. For example, if I take a list of numbers A1, A2, A3, A4, so on, this will be an AP if the difference second term minus first term, A2 minus A1 is equal to A3 minus A2, third term minus second term, that will be equal to fourth term minus third term. If all these values are same, then we say that the given list of numbers A1, A2, A3, A4, so on is an AP. Let us see an example. 2, 5, 8, 11, so on. Here, the first term is 2 and the second term is 5. So, if I subtract 5 minus 2, I get 3. From third term, if I subtract second term from third term, 8 minus 5 is equal to 3. If I subtract third term from fourth term from, if I get 11 minus 8, that is also equal to 3. So, this continues. Here 3 is the common difference. So, generally we denote the common difference with D, and that is about arithmetic progression, and we'll go more depthly after we know what is a geometric progression and a harmonic progression also. Geometric progression is a progression where we have common ratio. For example, 2, 4, 8, 16, so on. Here if you observe, the second term by first term is 4 by 2, that is equal to 2. Again, third term by second term, 8 by 4, that is also equal to 2. And fourth term by third term, 16 by 8, that is also equal to 2. So here 2 is the fixed, 2 is common, and that is called the ratio, common ratio. So here in geometric progression, or we say GP in short, 2 is called the common ratio. So that type of progressions are called geometric progression. And harmonic progression is reciprocal of arithmetic progression. All these three progressions, for n sum of n terms, we have a formula, and nth term also is having a formula. Okay, leaving aside geometric progression and harmonic progression, as those topics are being discussed, will be dealt in your higher classes. Let us move on with our topic today, arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression. An arithmetic progression is a list of numbers in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number D to the preceding term except to the first term. Here D is the common difference and A is the first term. So if I take the first term as A and keep adding D to the first term, I get first term as A, second term I added D, so I got A plus D, third term I added d for the second term, I got a plus 2d, and for the fourth term I added d to the third term, I got a plus 3d. So this is the general form of an AP. Now let us see how to find nth term of an AP. So if I take the first term as a, now I add d to the first term to get the second term. So a plus d. Now third term you get by adding d to the second term. So a plus d is a plus 2d. Now T4, fourth term, is a plus d plus a plus 2d plus d, that is a plus 3d. Now like that, if you observe here to find the nth term, observe this. Here if you have 4, here you have 3, here you have 3, here you have 2, here you have 2, here you have 1. So if it is n here, you will obviously have n minus 1 here. This is the formula deduced by this. So Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the nth term. So or we also use an or Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So by using this formula, you may get a 1 mark or a 2 mark or a bit. So you should be able to, you may get a 4 mark question also. You have to relevate your word problem to the given formula to use whether the formula is about n terms or sum of n terms. So here if you observe, you have 4 variables, an, a, n, d. Among these 4, if any of the 3 values are given, you can find the other one. So if an, a, n values are given, you can find the common difference. And if you given an, a and d, you can find the number of terms. And if an, n and d are given, you can find the first term. And if a, n, d are given, you can find the nth term. So this here important is you have to know what is an, what is a, and what is n and d. An is the nth term, a is the first term, n is the number of terms, and d is the common difference. This is about the nth term of an AP. Now, as you all understood, d is the common difference. Now, let us see if d greater than 0. For example, 3, 5, 7, 9, so on. Here if you observe, d is equal to 2, which is greater than 0. That is the reason here this AP is an increasing AP. So if d is a positive value, you get an increasing AP. And if d is equal to 0, for example, 2, 2, 2, 2, so on. This is also an AP. Here the d is 0. So if d is an AP, then it is a constant. If d is less than 0, for example, 3, 0, minus 3, minus 6, so on, then you have d is equal to minus 3 here, which is less than 0. That is the reason this AP is decreasing. So if d is greater than 0, the AP is increasing. If d is a constant, if d is equal to 0, then AP is a constant, and if d is less than 0, AP is a decreasing AP. Next, we will learn what are finite AP and an infinite AP. Finite means countable, infinite means uncountable. So finite AP is an AP where you know the nth term. Finite AP is an AP where you know the nth term. So, for example, if I take 2, 5, 8, 11, so on, 32, 35, 38. Here last term is 38 is given. So this AP is a finite AP because number of terms are countable. Infinite AP is an AP where you don't know the last term. So 2, 5, 8, 11, so on. This is an infinite AP where the last term is not given. This is about finite AP and infinite AP. So till now we discussed what is an AP, what is the common difference, and what is the general form of an AP, and what is the nth term of an AP. Now let us see sum of first n terms of an AP. Sum of first n terms of an AP. How to calculate sum of first n terms of an AP? Sn is equal to, I am taking sum of n terms as Sn. So Sn is equal to A plus, as it is sum I am adding the terms. The terms of AP are A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, so on. The nth term is A plus n minus 1 into D. So I am adding those. So A plus D, A plus 2D, plus so on, plus A plus n minus 1 into D. Now, I am taking Sn again, but now I am adding last term to first term. I am writing in the reverse order because in addition, commutative property holds, so we can change the order. So A plus n minus 1 into D plus A plus n minus 2 into D plus so on plus A plus D plus A. Now add these two. On adding these two, Sn plus Sn is twice of Sn. Now A plus n minus 1 into D. So add these both. These are the first two terms now. So A plus n minus 1 into D is 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Now add the second term. These are the second terms. Here A plus D plus A plus of n minus 2 into D. Here D and minus 2D you have. So on adding you get minus D. So 2A plus n minus 1 into D remains again. Similarly, for the last term also, A plus n minus 1 into D and A plus A, 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Now, these are added n times. So, repeated addition is nothing but multiplication. I can write it as n times of 2Sn is equal to n times of 2A plus n minus 1 into D. But we need Sn. So Sn is equal to n by 2. As 2 is multiplier here, when it is the transposed to the other side, it becomes a divisor. So n by 2 into 2A plus n minus 1 into D. This is the formula to find the sum of n terms of an AP when you have the first term A and D, the common difference, and n number of terms are given. Then this is the formula. Now, taking the formula, Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2A plus n minus 1 into D. I can write 2A as A plus A. So, n by 2 into A plus n minus 1 into D, where A plus n minus 1 into D, if I give a name for this as the last term, if A plus n minus 1 into D is the last term, if I give that as L, if I take A plus n minus 1 into D is L, so Sn is equal to n by 2 into A plus L. So this is the formula when you know the first term and the last term and the number of terms to find the sum of n terms. This is the formula you use. Sn is equal to n by 2 into A plus L. And this is the formula you use to find sum of n terms when number of terms, the first term and the common difference are given. Now let us derive the formula of sum of first n natural numbers. As you know, sum of first n natural numbers can be written as 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on plus n. Using the same procedure, how we already find that sum of n terms, we go on with the same procedure. So, sum of n natural numbers, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on plus n. Now in the reverse order, again I am writing Sn n plus n minus 1 plus n minus 2 plus so on plus 2 plus 1. And if you want to write one more term here, you can write n minus 1 plus n. Now add these both. The first term, if you add 1 and n, you get 1 plus n, that is nothing but you can write it as n plus 1. So twice of Sn is equal to n plus 1. Now add the second terms. 2 plus n minus 1. 2 plus n minus 1 is n plus 1 again. So plus n plus 1. And 3 plus n minus 2, that is also n plus 1. So on, you get n minus 1 plus 2, that is also n plus 1, n plus 1. So you got n plus 1 n times. So n plus 1 is being added n times. So you can write it as n times of n plus 1. Twice of Sn is equal to n into n plus 1. That is Sn is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. So this is the formula to find sum of n natural numbers. So now let us do an activity to find sum of few natural numbers. I am first calculating sum of 3 natural numbers. So if you observe this, here each unit is representing a number. So each square unit is representing a number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So first of all, I would like to calculate sum of first 3 natural numbers. Sum of first 3 natural numbers. 1, 2, 3. So to calculate sum of first 3 natural numbers, I have taken this part. Now one more of the same model. I have taken a replica of this. Now I fit this into this. Now if you observe, a rectangle is formed. A rectangle is formed with length 4 units. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4. Length is 4 units and breadth is 3 units. So length into breadth, area of rectangle formula is length into breadth. So area of rectangle of this is 12 square units. Now as we know, these two are equal halves. So the area of this part will be half of the area of the rectangle, that is 12 by 2, which is 6 square units. You can substitute in this formula. Now I am calculating sum of first 3 natural numbers. So sum of first 3 natural numbers, put n is equal to 3. Put n is equal to 3. So 3, sum of first 3 natural numbers. So 3 into 3 plus 1 by 2. I put n is equal to 3 in this formula. So 3 into 3 plus 1 by 2 is 3 into 4 by 2. That is 3 into 2, which is 6. Now let us calculate sum of 5 natural numbers. Now I have taken 5 natural numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now to calculate sum of these 5 natural numbers, I am using the same method again. I am taking a replica of this. Now fitting this into this. A rectangle is formed, if you observe. Now calculate the length and the breadth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The length is 6 units and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The breadth is 5 units. So area of this rectangle is 30 square units. Now as these both are two equal halves, the area of this part will be half of 30, which is 15 square units. You calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Clear. Now let us check with the formula. S6. So sorry, we calculated sum of 5 natural numbers. So S5. S5 is equal to 5 into 5 plus 1 by 2. That is 5 into 6 by 2. That is equal to 5 into 3, which is 15. As we have calculated just now using the activity. Now let us move further with sum of 7 natural numbers. So I have taken 7 natural numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I need to calculate the area of this or sum of these numbers using the area of rectangle again. I am taking the replica of this. I have taken the replica of this. Now adjust this to fit into this. Now if you observe, count the units of length and breadth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Length of the rectangle is 8 units, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breadth of the rectangle is 7 units. So area of this rectangle is 8 units into 7 units, which is 56 square units. So as these are two equal halves, again the area of this part will be half of 56, which is equal to 28 square units. Let us calculate. Let us check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yes, we are done. Now, let us see using the formula. Let us check using the formula. So, as we know, sum of n natural numbers is n into n plus 1 by 2. So, here we are calculating sum of 7 natural numbers. Put n is equal to 7. So, 7 into 7 plus 1 by 2, that is 7 into 8 by 2, which is 7 into 4, that is 28. This is the activity and the verification for sum of n natural numbers. Now, one more important point we need to discuss. If A, B, C are in AP, then twice of B is equal to A plus C. This is a very important bit. Based on this, you will definitely get a question for a bit or 1 mark. So, you should not lose any mark. So, you have to focus on even that important note points also. So, if A, B, C are in AP, then 2B is equal to A plus C, which is nothing but B is the arithmetic mean of A and C. B is equal to A plus C by 2, or you can write it as 2B is equal to A plus C. And if 3 terms are to be taken in an AP, then you can take it as A minus D, A plus D. Hope this session you loved it. Thank you.